Hi, and welcome to this special episode of Underground Video Network's Behind the Counter. In this episode, we're going to be giving our tribute to, as of today, as we're filming, it is the 52nd anniversary of the first screening of Doctor Who. So, stay tuned. Hi, and welcome back to this special episode of Underground Video Network's Behind the Counter. We're your host. I am Michael Boroff.
I'm Richard Catterjohn.
Today, as of filming, we have to mention it is the 52nd anniversary. 52 years.
2 years older than me.
Of the first airing of Doctor Who. I dare say, I mean, there has been a gap in it, but it is the longest running science fiction show
in history.
And I think part of it has to do with the brilliance of being able to have the Doctor regenerate.
Correct.
That was, I think, nothing like that had ever been done before.
It was a perfect way back in the time to be able to go from one actor to another actor to keep the series going.
Yep.
I mean, it works in James Bond.
Yeah.
But they don't regenerate.
No. And here we are 52 years later, and we are still as excited and as passionate about it as everybody was when the show first aired. And I think, the great thing about Doctor Who is a lot of people, especially here in the United States, forget Doctor Who is a kids show. in England, where the show originated, it is considered a children's show. But it's just one of those things where
a lot of kids are growing up watching.
Yes. Gosh, Richard, what are some of your earliest memories of watching Doctor Who?
I was watching the Fourth Doctor on PBS.
Exactly, same here.
Bowling Green.
Yep.
Tuning in my antenna to be able to pull it in.
I think a lot of people of our generation and here in the United States have that same memory of Tom Baker, the Fourth Doctor, being their first Doctor. For me, it wasn't even the Doctor at first that got me into the show. It was. I'm not gonna lie. It was K9. I just remember being real little, and I'm still on the high from Star Wars, and I just remember seeing, look at this electronic dog. I love him. And then
the little electrical bolt.
Yeah, he had the little ears, and the suction cup nose. And I really do. I remember tearing apart remote control cars, building my own K9. And it just so happened that this fantastic actor, Tom Baker, introduced me to this world of Doctor Who. And I can remember, like you said, the antennas. I had the big hand-me-down Zenith, and it was click, click. And I remember a lot of times it came on too late, so I threw the blanket over the TV because nothing penetrates the blanket, not monsters and not TV, so I could watch it. And I remember growing up watching this crazy wild-haired man with a fedora and scarf, and I was hooked ever since. And then there was many years.
There was a big gap.
When do you remember getting back into Doctor Who?
I still remember when the American Fox hybrid came on. I had a chance to see that. I actually taped it.
I know because I got a copy of it from him.
I taped it to VHS on high grade tape because I had a high, and that was, I liked that episode in the movie.
I do too.
In a way, it just, I don't think it was. The Americanization of it, I think, what hurt the whole series.
Yeah,
and I don't think Americans caught on again because it just didn't appeal. It was too intellectual, in a way, and dumbing it down just didn't quite work.
I don't think America was ready for it at the time. You know what I mean? A show like that.
Yeah, that was like mid to late 90s, right?
Yeah.
So, you didn't have much sci-fi really even going on.
Yeah.
So the geek culture hadn't broken that next barrier yet.
Right.
It was still underground. I mean, we were doing our show, Gary and me was doing our show, and we were underground. I mean, we weren't just geek culture. We was a little bit of everything.
Right.
But it wasn't out there mainstream. So I think that's kind of what hurt it.
Yeah.
If there was a more mainstream presence of just sci-fi or even superheroes, it might have worked, but I just don't think it was the time.
Yeah. Because it had nothing. I've seen it, and I I really am. I'm a huge Paul McGann fan. I love his doctor. I love his mannerisms. I love the outfit he wore. I love present tense, his TARDIS. Oh, that was nailing. If you ever get a chance to find that, watch it, or find stills of it, I think his TARDIS interior captured the spirit of steampunk before steampunk.
Yeah.
Because even to look at it like now, you would think, oh, they just did a steampunk version of the TARDIS interior. It's like, no, that came out in the 90s, man. And I really look forward to that. That was one of the things I was so grateful for around the 50th anniversary was the shorts, short with Paul McGann and his transformation from the Doctor to the War Doctor. Just seeing him again, and just a line, "Bring me knitting." I don't know what it is about that, but just like 2 minutes, it's a lifetime for me. He's like, "Bring me TV, bring me knitting," and so yeah. I mean, seeing that continuation. I think my reintroduction to Doctor Who, I can tell you right now, I remember it. I was laid up in the hospital, had an inner ear thing, and I'm just sitting there, click, 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 click. Hey, that's a TARDIS. Click, 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 click. Because you're in the hospital, you gotta circle the whole way around. Click, 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 and I found a station. I'm like, there's a TARDIS. I'm like, who's that guy? I kind of like him. It's like he's got the black leather jacket, and. I was from right there. I was back in it, Eccleston had me, and just his tone and everything. It was right then and there. As soon as I was out of the hospital, I think at that time we still had paper TV guides. So it was NE. That means new episode. I'm like. Set the VCR, and
I mean, sci-fi really helped that,
It did.
And they marketed good, but at the same time, I still don't even think they even presented good enough at that time. It was total underground movement, in America, because that's who picked it up first and then ran with it.
Yeah, because at the time, we still didn't have the BBC.
America wasn't here yet.
No, I was still only able to watch them on Sci-Fi, and that was still after it aired, in BBC.
Right, yeah.
It was I think we were still maybe about a year behind, but all I know is from then I was eating them up, and it was still so hard to find. It was you couldn't find Doctor Who merchandise to save your life. You might get lucky at a con or somewhere and found that one Auton figure, Oh, I know. I know. But yeah, 52 years, and
it's just getting so huge. Again, I mean, it's just out there. Oh, Jeff's back.
Hey, Jeff's back.
Let me tell you about it, how it was back in my day when Doctor Who was on the television.
Where?
Back on the PBS back in 1982.
Yep.
Watching reruns of Tommy Baker.
Oh.
His long scarf. And occasionally you'd catch the glimpse on Nick late at night.
Yeah.
2 o'clock in the morning, you might find an old John Pertwee or Peter Davison episode floating around in between your Tom Baker episodes.
And I still have the hugest crush on Sarah Jane.
Sarah Jane's a babe.
Oh, she was such a fox. And I mean,
with those high cut pants that came up.
Oh, I know. Robot was one of the ones I remember the most fondly, because it was just like this horrible, huge cardboard box. But it was so...
Something magical about the excitement of Tom Baker when something ordinary would happen, and he'd still be like, whoa.
Oh,
with the Tom Baker face going on, it was great.
Jelly Belly?
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to tell you, my mind blew years later when I found out that jelly babies were a real thing. That not jelly beans and not gummy bears, that jelly babies were a real thing.
Made from real fruit.
Oh.
Yeah, you thought it was
real sugar.
for the longest time, you thought that was like sci-fi. It was just like
Jungle Gyms in Cincinnati is your spot for Jelly Babies and, gosh, what was the other?
Jammy Dodger.
Oh, no. Yes, Jammy Dodgers. I bought those there. Yeah. All your imported British foods.
Oh, yeah. And, Jaffa Cakes.
Oh.
Jaffa Cakes. They always talked about Jaffa Cakes. And I got a chance to have, so good. Yes, 52 years.
Oh.
And speaking, if you want a really good way to do a celebration of the 52 years of Doctor Who, I know I've talked about it before. Lego Dimensions, which in and of itself is a fantastic game, highly recommended, totally addictive. I recently purchased the level pack for Doctor Who, which it comes with 12th Doctor, which. They even as a little Lego, they get the angry eyebrows just right,
Is it my understanding that if you die in that game, you regenerate?
Yes.
This is the best thing ever.
Oh my god! And here's what's great, because it comes with a little Lego TARDIS and a little Lego K9. I have waited.
Oh no!
Years for a Lego K9. Oh, it is so.
Not to break the fourth wall here, but when is this episode probably going to be airing?
Hopefully, quick.
All right. Santa Claus visiting my house. And Lego Dimensions is being delivered to my 10-year-old. So I'm told from the elf hotline. That being said, I will be stealing his game and playing. That sounds great. He's getting the Doctor Who level pack as well. So.
And what I love is Peter Capaldi actually sat down in the studio and he recorded dialogue live for the game, especially for the game. A lot of the other Doctors when they make cameos, it's usually just like a sound bite.
Yeah. Did you hear about the Lego Movie 2 with Will Ferrell back again with Peter Capaldi voicing the Doctor?
I know.
For a movie.
I know. Everything. I'm really hoping that we get to see a solo Doctor Who Lego game.
Yeah, that would be really great.
It would be great because Lego Dimensions does it justice, but you can't do it justice without just being the entire game. But yes, once you play through and you get to do the open level as the open level Doctor Who, as you're playing as the Doctor, if the Doctor dies, he doesn't just like shatter like the other Lego characters do and then rebuild. He regenerates, and he regenerates into the next incarnation. Or if you're 12, he goes back to, and it gets better. It gets better because. You can use the TARDIS as a vehicle. It flies around, and it's great. You can visit the interior, and whatever Doctor you are,
it's that Doctor's,
interior, which means the first two are in black and white.
Oh, nice.
And it's got the sound effects. You hear the old-fashioned TARDIS.
Sweet.
It's awesome.
Is Bessie in it?
Oh, God.
Bessie the yellow car, for those of
No.
Or the Who-mobile?
But I tell you what, the one that really kicked it for me was I took the time first Doctor, jumped into TARDIS, saw his interior, hopped out, had my Lego Cyborg, who is a beast in that game. I recommend getting him. Zap him, blow him up. Next Doctor, hopped right back in. Second Doctors, third Doctors, fourth Doctors. What was really cool was seeing Peter McGann's, because we mentioned it. Paul McGann. I'm sorry.
Paul McGann.
I'm hyper. You got me talking about Lego and Doctor Who, so I'm in full mode. You get to see his interior. You get to see the War Doctor's interior, and not only but the moment is in the interior. Now, here's another cool little thing: is when you go to the Ninth Doctor's, there's a box in the back that when you open it up, you get the little chips or whatever. There's a banana in it.
Nice.
Now,
it's little nods like that.
It's little
just excellent.
And now here's the other thing, because I was thinking to myself, well, 9 and 10's TARDIS was pretty similar. Well, they were similar. What are they going to do? When I hopped in as 10, off on the side here is a little jar.
The hand?
The hand.
Yes!
They put the hand. It's just a little Lego hand, and when you hit it, it kind of like glittery. Oh, it is so awesome. And if you get a chance to, also another one of the level packs that's worth it is the Back to the Future one. When you get a chance to have, especially the 12th Doctor, hop into the DeLorean, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think his exact words are, I could have saved the universe 3 times over in the time it would have taken this baby to get up to 88 miles per hour. It's just like,
I can't wait till the Doc Brown comes out next year. Could you imagine the dynamic of when you put the Doc and Doc Brown together as a team in that game? Mind blown.
I know. And the thing I like about it too is
they need a Bill and Ted pack to really complete the trifecta. Get on that, Lego.
Probably the new movie comes out. It'll be
that would be fantastic.
Bill and Ted get AARP.
But yes, Doctor Who.
Wells Diet.
Aside from being the 52nd anniversary, there's other big Doctor Who news.
Over the weekend,
from filming this, the departure.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
I'm sorry, Richard, because Richard was a Clara fan. And I can see why she had her qualities.
It's a cute little thing. Don't get me wrong.
I like the character.
Oh, beyond season 7, she outserved her usefulness, in my opinion.
I mean, she's the only one that's actually seen all the Doctors.
There's a cool factor to that, but then again, she tried to be the Doctor, which just got
it was
annoying.
A throwaway thing too. It's like, oh, I'm the most important person in the Doctor's life. Here's me with 1. Here's me with 2. I hated.
She was even Adela.
Yeah.
I mean, what companion can you say that?
She was shoddy writing. You know, I swear I think sometimes Moffat would go, I'm in a pinch on this episode. Okay, let's just make Clara a Dalek. Let's just make her boyfriend's a Cyberman now.
I mean,
she's the Doctor now. Why not? Nah, she was given way too much importance.
Yes.
There's only one companion that could say she was the Doctor.
Donna?
Song?
Yeah. No. The redhead.
Amy Pond?
No.
Oh, no. Yeah, Donna Noble.
Yep.
Yes, the Dr. Donna.
Dr. Donna.
Yep.
But Clara tried to be Donna, and
I know.
You know what? I say with no trepidation, Donna is my favorite companion.
Just bring Donna back.
And they're going to do new episodes.
Yeah,
the
audio version.
Ones.
Yep.
And which, if you get I can't wait for, because I actually got the chance. The only audio that I've ever gotten a chance to download, it was called Pest Control, and it wasn't an audio drama. It was David Tennant with his proper accent. This is what was mind blowing. It was an audio book read by David Tennant of a story of the Doctor and Donna, and David Tennant spoke in his normal Scottish accent as he narrated the story, but when he was speaking as the Doctor, he spoke with his Doctor accent. But to hear when he read Donna's lines, spaceman, he did it. He did his best Donna Noble, and it was worth it for that alone.
I like the readings that they do for those, but I tell you, the fully acted ones are really nice.
Yes.
I listened to the 4 Doctors. It stars 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
And it's got the same villain, throughout the 4 Doctors' lifetimes, and of course they all have to get together and and all do their thing like they do, and it was fully acted.
Yeah.
So that one was impressive because it was fully acted with all 4 Doctors, plus all the companions, plus all the villains and all the sound effects, the theme music. I mean, it was just like listening to an episode. It was amazing. And
I think, especially if you get a chance to go and check them out, the audiobooks is what's really kept the 8th Doctor.
That's the only thing that made that guy.
Yes.
The 8th Doctor in general.
Yes.
Outside of comic books and the one TV movie, which is me.
Yeah. Oh, and they recently, because they've been doing a run of Doctor Who comic books for a lot of different Doctors. I just recently picked up the first issue of Paul McGann's,
and that was really good.
It was really good. It was a great issue, and I would almost say of all the ones that I've picked up, I enjoy all of them. If you force me, if the bank account forced me, okay, of all these 10, 11, 12. You can only pick one. I would do his just because we don't have
There isn't enough of that.
There isn't enough of him.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, and welcome back. You're gonna notice a huge jump cut. Hopefully, this wizard right here threw something in our. The battery got wibbly wobbly because, as always, once we get started talking about
too long.
Doctor Who and especially Doctor Who and or Lego together, word vomit just comes out.
This is probably more than one episode.
Yeah, but no. 52 years. We were previously talking about companions.
So, who is your favorite companion?
I hopefully we got it still. My favorite companion. I really gotta say, I had a huge crush on Rose. She was the introduction back into the companions. I always have a soft spot for Sarah Jane. The more contemporary, I loved Donna Noble. I loved Donna Noble. I loved it because there was no romance. She was ballsy.
She just wanted to go out and have adventure.
Yes, and she was not afraid to challenge a doctor. One of my favorite lines is from the Fires of Pompeii. He's like, "Time Lord TARDIS, no. Donna, human, yes." It's just, I will punch you, skinny man. I love that. And of course, Amy Pond. I just. Oh,
he just loves them all.
I do. I love them all. People give a lot of slack to Martha Jones. Martha Jones kicked so much butt that she doesn't get the recognition she deserves.
She took over UNIT.
I mean, when when the Master had the Doctor held prisoner, she was the one that traveled the entire. Speaking of books, if you ever get a chance to, there is a novel called was it Martha's Journey? Martha's Story. Martha's Story. Find that, because that actually tells Martha's story from when she traveled the world to spread the word of the Doctor. It was so good. Because there was a lot of time, you know what I mean, in that period, and it was so good.
I still remember First Adventure when he was the hospital. Was stolen and everything. That was a perfect episode. It was.
Because that is one of those episodes that you're right. That's one of those episodes where when I'm trying to indoctrinate somebody into the Doctor Who culture, that is honestly one of the first episodes, because it is a great jumping off point, because we're getting to know the Doctor as Martha's getting to know the Doctor.
Yeah.
It's completely fresh. You don't have to go back through and watch from Chris Eccleston all the way up to know Rose, to know
It was a clean cut.
It was a clean cut. New viewers were able to view the Doctor as new as Martha Jones was.
That's like when BBC America was coming around, right?
Yes.
So it was perfect at the time.
Yes, you got to know everything about the Doctor, just as Martha did, and I do. I have a lot of admiration for Martha Jones, and I'm so glad to see that her and Mickey the Idiot, got married and lived together, just had their life together after the Doctor in UNIT. I did. I really enjoyed that. I can tell you who my least favorite companion was. I'm sorry, I just was not a big fan of Clara, and I take that back. I liked her with Matt Smith.
Oh yeah.
The two of them had a great
good chemistry there.
They did. They had a lot of great chemistry. The problem was that chemistry didn't really translate over to Capaldi.
Yeah, you almost felt like they were almost falling in love, sort of.
Yeah.
Or him having a little more than just. You know what I'm saying, because he really protected her more. It just
he did. He took more of a fatherly role to her than with Matt. They were companions. They were buddies. They were chums. Whereas Capaldi's Doctor was it. I liked the idea of Clara the first season with Capaldi, just because he needed her to remind him who he was.
Right.
It was a good transition. That should have lasted about a season. I love Capaldi. I still This last season with Capaldi has been my favorite. They've really found his stride. They've found, dude, seriously, what other doctor was rocking a guitar? You know what I mean? I love that. They've given him that more rock and roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just kind of didn't give up, but at the same time just like broke loose.
Yeah. The tattered shirt, the coat, you know, it was like he was more laid back. It was almost like when he first became the Doctor and he had the front, you know, the very formal suit. It was almost like that Doctor was dressing and acting in the way that he thought the Doctor should act. The second season is, I am the Doctor. I'll act however bloody I want to.
And go anywhere.
And go anywhere. Yeah. But yes, this last weekend we have seen the departure of Clara.
And he didn't go nuts. Everybody thought he might go nuts after this.
Well, he still could. He still could, because I will give her this. Clara at least knows the Doctor well enough to know that her last request was no revenge.
Yeah.
Don't hold this against anybody, you know, and it really felt like he was, because that moment with me, or you know, me, do you know why she asked you? And I mean, it was in that moment where it was just like that raw fury of the Time Lords. I am the oncoming storm, you know, and
now we have to look forward to Christmas.
Oh, I can't wait.
So we finally see maybe where he might get married sometimes.
There is a lot of stuff on the internet right now that they are saying that River Song is going to be in the Christmas special.
She is, yeah.
One of the rumors that we're hearing is that she won't know this Doctor.
Right. Yeah, it'll be
new to her, which I love that idea,
because it's going in reverse now.
Yeah,
they're like switching now.
Yeah. I do. I love that idea. I love the idea of...
And she has to get his toys somewhere.
Yeah. Her screwdriver. Yeah.
And the book.
And the book.
And information that no one else knows.
Yeah. And it'll be a complete, you know, surprise for her, because I can't wait.
I just hope this takes the series in a whole nother light.
Same here.
Because I think the show really kind of drug.
Yeah.
Especially this. I mean, you like this season, but at the same time, I think its anchor came down. It kind of...
Yeah,
it was forced a little too much this year.
Yeah,
in the writing,
I will agree.
In the writing style, you know, and the building of the characters and stuff, because you just kind of knew it was stretched a little bit to give basically Clara a little more time. Yeah, and that's what it felt like. And and it really did. You know, they wanted to give her an ending, but at the same time, I think this whole season so far was her ending. Yeah, because she kept running off into danger left and right, which she would not normally do. You know, she was a little more carefree because, you know, with
reckless.
Yeah, which she wasn't sort of in the beginning and stuff. Yeah. So it was a good development there, giving this a whole nother. And now we're at that point, like you said, when Martha came on. You know, it's like a nice clean cut, and we could start over again. Yeah, because
they had to shift tones, because, you know, like when Rose left the show and they introduced Martha, perfectly, like you said, it was a departure. Rose is gone.
It feels like that again. Yeah.
I do. And the one other little thing I really liked was because they made such a point during the Matt Smith years was to completely not avoid or ignore, but the David Tennant years. You know, we didn't really see much of any of the aliens from them. There was no mention of like Martha or anybody. Right. You know, we got an Ood. But that was the story for that was more that the Neil Gaiman wrote that episode for David Tennant. But the one little thing that I really liked was when the Doctor mentioned Captain Jack Harkness. I don't know why, but it was just like, he mentioned, you know, Captain Jack, you know. So I mean, it was an acknowledgement that he fully remembers those years, and I would love, God. man, I would love to see Captain Jack come back.
Torchwood would be cool again.
Torchwood would be great again, and I could almost say for certain because of the things I've seen in interviews, Captain Jack would be up for it, man. John Barrowman would be down for it, and I would love to see that interaction between him and Capaldi.
But like I said, I think they're going in a whole nother direction.
I do too.
And I think that's good. I mean, this is going to be great. It's going to just go off. And there was even your K-9's going to have his movie. So, I mean.
I love K-9.
Because K-9 became really popular in Australia again.
Yeah.
There was a cool series down there because you could catch that on, what was it, Shout Factory? You could catch that. So, it's different.
Yeah.
It's not quite Doctor Who.
So yes, so much for nerds to look forward to this Christmas. We've got Star Wars coming out. So much merchandise for all the things that we love. We can look forward to for Christmas. Hint, hint, people. And the one thing we always have to look forward to every year for the past few years is the Doctor Who Christmas special. So stay tuned. I'm sure we'll be back to talk about it.
And we'd like to thank Barry Electronics.
Yes, you might have, if you haven't gotten a chance to watch the previous episode or depending
the Star
on
Wars episode,
wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, we would like to take this chance to thank the folks at Barry Electronics in Lima, Ohio, for letting us shoot here at this beautiful the theater showroom, which I'm really hoping that we'll be able to utilize in the future. So stay tuned. I'm sure you're going to hear me babble on more about what I liked or didn't like in the Doctor Who Christmas special, so stay tuned.